quick question. My son is going to Boston Public Schools right now, and his teacher is gay. And not because he's gay, he's a white male, but I need him to understand that my son, he goes to Boston Public Schools, and he has a gay white teacher. I know. And my issue with that is, I'm trying to teach him that even though he doesn't see other black males there, I do try to keep him around good black males, like Uncle Salih, as he don't know him. But what would you say to us, especially as singles mothers who have to deal with this? It's sickening.
And I'm not saying this to be self-aggrandizing. This is what I would say, Jesus. Honestly, what I would say. That's why every person in this room that's saying you're dealing with this stuff, you've got to push to get a chapter. I'm going to tell you why. The reason we're creating a chapter is because everywhere we go, black people who are heterosexual and are normal and just want a decent environment have no way to socialize. Anywhere you try to go to socialize, she's saying she's sending her son to school to learn mathematics, he got a gay teacher. If we don't create the social environment where we don't need him to go there, then we can't do anything. So the very reason that straight black pride movement exists is because of the problem you're saying. There is no easy fix. I'm not trying to be defeatist in it, but there's no easy fix. Everywhere we go, people are asking the same question. It's like, well, we want this to happen, but we don't want to come together, organize, and do it. So we have to come together and say we're going to do it, because what will happen? If we had this room full of people, about 100-some people in here. Imagine if we had 100-some people, we do $35 a month as our dues. Someone in here is an educator. Someone in here has skills, plumbing or something like that, and is a professional and very skilled, would love to come, and somebody here can sew and can make clothes. So, some people would love to come and say, we got our own school for our youth. Instead of, even if it costs a little bit of money, instead of sending your child to a public school that's going to destroy them and homosexualize them, bring your son and daughter to an environment nobody's going to molest them. We have an environment where we have an agreement. They're connected with other brothers and sisters of the same mindset around the country and the world, and we can have our own environments where we take control of our community.
Yes, sir.
Just to say one more thing. I'm sorry. And I feel like he's being targeted because he's such an alpha male. And they target these guys. And you can see the frustration on his face. So, and you know, I'm glad I have my father, and I'm glad he has his uncle who's a cop. You know, so he sees that, I know, but you know what I mean. He sees that male around, so he's like, no, I know what I'm doing is correct. And, you know, they go back and forth, him and the teacher. So it's just frustrating because I tell him, don't worry, this is your last year, this is your last year. But it's not enough, you know. But I just wanted to say, anybody else who's going through it, it's real. The struggle is real.
So what she's saying about the alpha male. What she's saying about the alpha male, this is the thing. I got a lot of bad news, right? But this is what they've done. About in the 70s, this is what they did. They studied black males. I understand, they really studied, and they said, what is it that drives black males? And this is what they learned. The militant or the alpha aggressive black male that they end up fighting in the Huey P. Newton and the Bobby Seale, they studied their backgrounds. What they noticed was this. They don't sit there quiet in class. They want to contribute. Anytime you teach them anything about themselves and people in history, it doesn't matter what we think about the people. If they were black and they did something positive, they get motivated with it. And the more that they can participate in, the more problems they're going to get white males. So this is what they did. They created a curriculum specifically designed to bore the heck out of a black male.
Yes.
He'll never see himself.
Yes.
And they give him ADHD.
He never, and then his natural instinct to disagree or something like that, instead of black men being there saying, all right, well, let me talk to you, homie, only cool out, and going back and forth and let the young brother go. The minute he says something that shows his black manhood, it's designed to destroy it. You get suspended. You're dumb. You're on ADHD. Then they take the money to the parents and say, if you allow us to put your children on baby dope, so that eventually they'll go to adult dope, if you let us do that, then we'll give you a check every month. So a lot of black women who are single mothers are being paid to turn their normal, strong, aggressive, future leader black males into dope fiends. And some of them know what they're doing, some of them don't. If you get a chance, it's free. Online, look at Black Exodus. Because in the Black Exodus, we have sisters and brothers who are teachers. And they talk about this whole thing. You can watch it for free and see. We got to pull our children out of these public school systems, but we got to have an alternative that's reasonable and will lead them into a point where they get old enough that they can have employment or their own jobs or their own businesses so they can sustain life.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Oh, thank you, brother. And also, tell us when your radio show is, Brother Genie. So anybody that feels like you're not getting a chance to interact with the brother, he has a radio show. Go ahead, brother. 7
to 10 p.m. every Monday night. You go to blogtalkradio.com/SBPM, Straight Black Pride Movement. Or just put in Straight Black Pride Movement Radio on the internet. You'll find us. Or you go to Facebook, Straight Black Pride Movement, and you can follow everything that we're doing. This is what we do. We're going to save this race of ours. We're a beautiful race of people, but in order to do it, we got to organize.
Yes, sir. A couple more questions and we out of here. What's up? Yes, sir.
All right.
Come on, man.
Glory. My bad. All right. Glory to Marcus Garvey. Praises to Nat Turner. Glory to Marcus Garvey. And long live the spirit of Dr. Clee Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I have a quick question. It's just about, I just want to know your thoughts on polygamy, since the ratio is 10 to 1 now to men to females. So I just want to know what's your thoughts on that.
My thoughts on polygamy. My thoughts on polygamy. All right. If we're talking about men having more than one wife in African countries where that is the traditional culture of what men are doing, I don't have a problem with it. That's what they already do. That's what they do. It's a culture there. But I'm just being 100% honest. A lot of brothers not going to like me saying this, and I'm keeping it real.
Keep it real.
Black men in general, it ain't all of us, but brothers, let's keep it real. We ain't doing the job with one woman now.
Right.
We don't even want to wear no pants. What the heck we look like trying to take 2 or 3 women that we ain't going to do nothing but play with. We not fighting. They killing our people in the street.
Why you gotta repeat that?
Repeat that one more time.
Repeat nothing else?
Look, they killing our children in the street, turn them into homosexuals. We not man enough to stand up and fight that, but we want to go get a bunch of women to do what with them? Make more homosexuals out of them? It doesn't make no sense to me at this point in time. Let's first be men. If we go out here and we step to these white folks and say, get back, push them off our people, we put our communities back together, and then our sisters say, you know what? It ain't enough brothers for all the sisters. And we want to have relationships like that. If they say that because of the man who we demonstrate, I'm sure that some brothers can handle this. But honestly, black men haven't shown in this country, and I'm including myself, that we can take care of one woman. We won't fight our enemies. We ain't ready for that right now.
Yes, sir.
Not here.
Yes, sir. And as our brother Dr. Umar Johnson has taught us, that originally polygamy was a wartime social device. And what black folks got to understand and realize and accept that we are in a wartime state for polygamy to even begin to work. Y'all too busy, we too busy playing around and everything. Right. We're going to take polygamy and play with that. That's so right. We got to realize once that we're already in a state of war. So, let's go, sis.